What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reveal by Hometown Foreigners podcast. I'm your host, JT. My co-host is my dad.
Yeah, that's me.
First, over like,
And subscribe.
cue the intro music. So the Foreigners beat the Seahawks 28-16.
Destroyed them. Yes.
No.
Okay. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit.
And the Foreigners, yards-wise, dominated on offense. And a lot of records were broken, like Deebo Samuel getting his 19th rushing touchdown of his career. And that's the most rushing touchdowns by a wide receiver ever.
Wow, that's impressive. He's doing stuff that no receiver has done before. You know, he's truly is the wide back. He's getting back into that wide back mode that he was a couple years ago. So it's exciting. It's exciting when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, and he's been heating up these past two games. You know, he had to back up his talk against the Eagles, and he definitely did.
Yeah, we predicted that he would not have back to back great games, takeover games, and we were totally incorrect. And I'm happy to say that because it is exciting with Debo being Debo. So I'm glad he's back to his old self.
Yeah, his 2021 self was magical. If it weren't for Cooper Cup's spectacular season, he probably would have won Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, you think so? Wow. Didn't even think about that, but yeah, I guess you got a good point. Yeah. It is exciting. Everything's running on all cylinders right now, and Debo is running on all cylinders, and he's on takeover mode. It could be any game, and that makes things very exciting for Niner fans for sure.
And another wide receiver that I wouldn't say broke a record, but it's been a long time since this happened. A wide receiver got 1,000 yards back-to-back seasons.
For a Niner? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last person to do it was Anquan Boldin in 2014.
That's a long time since we've had, I wouldn't say a dominating receiver, but yeah, definitely a great receiver like that, consistent year to year, breaking 1,000 yards, and of course you need a quarterback to get him that ball too. So, um, it's been a long time. You said 2000 what? 14?
Yes.
9 years ago? Oh my God, what a drought! So, yeah, that is great news. I'm so happy for Ayuk. He's put in so much work in this past off season, off seasons also, but especially the last one. We heard so much great things about him in the preseason training camp and the hard work he's put into his route running and all the other little technical things to make him a better receiver. And it has finally shown these past couple years that he can be a very dominating receiver. Season ain't over yet. Got 4 more games to go to pad up those numbers. So, well, heck, maybe he might even have like 1,400 yards or something. Maybe close to 1,500 by the end of the year.
I think we're reaching.
No. Getting at 150 here, 120 over there.
He's to go on a crazy run, and like right now, it's Debo time. So he's probably gonna take over the next few games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he kind of already has, and I don't know if he can keep it up. 4 more games. It's not that much to break 1,500 yards. Man, that would be great for him. What else we got?
Now Nick Bosa, after his 1.5 sack game against the Seahawks, is now third in all time for sacks by a Niner.
Wow, that's surprising. We had some pretty good pass rushers. I wonder who 1 and 2 is. I heard about these stats before recently, but I forgot who the number 1, number 2 were. But Nick Bosa has been so consistent besides the time when he tore his ACL, he's been pretty much a very uh, dominating defensive end for us for sure. One of the best in the NFL. So that's awesome.
And then Fred Warner has over 100 tackles in 6 seasons. He has had over 100 tackles in his past 6 seasons.
Yeah, yeah. Those are consecutive seasons, so that breaks a 49er record. So, who'd you say? Derek Smith was the guy? Derek Smith?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, was the person who held the record before. But now Fred Warner has been so consistent. Man, leader of the clubhouse, leader of the defense. Um, can't say too many good things about that guy.
Okay, now let's get into the stats of the game. So, Brock Purdy, his new personal record is 368 passing yards in a single game. And he
That's
just broke that. What
wow.
a, yeah.
He just set that record.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, career high. The guy, I don't know where his limitations are. It doesn't seem like there is. I don't see any weaknesses. I'm a little biased for sure, but he is amazing. Um, his QB rating, okay, maybe I can go on a little rant here.
Yes, the Purdy praise.
The Purdy praise, because there is so much great things to talk about. I know that we have the Seahawks game to go over, but let's just stop here and just appreciate the greatness that is Brock Purdy. Because right now he leads the NFL in passer rating with 116.9. Um, he also leads in the QBR with 74.2 and a completion rating of 70.2%. He also leads the league in yards per attempt at 9.9 yards um, for this season. So he has totally blown any expectations of what Mr. Irrelevant could be. He's on pace to set a franchise record for the most passing yards in a single season. I believe that's Jeff Garcia holds the record, but he can break that if we extrapolate out the rest of the season. He would break the record. I believe in only 16 games. He wouldn't even need the 17th game to break it. Um, he's and people had been talking about him being a short passer game or more for yak yards, but actually, um, he's been he's been the best thrower of the deep ball in the NFL this season. On some on pass attempts, traveling 20 or more yards down the field, Purdy is 27 of 41 for 860 yards with 9 touchdowns and 1 interception. Um, that's a 65.9% accuracy on deep passes, which he leads the NFL by a pretty large margin over the number two guy, who has a 57.1% uh, deep pass percentage, uh, and that's CJ Stroud. Anyways, I can go on and on, but I'll stop there. Anyways, suffice to say, pretty amazing.
Yep. He is pretty amazing.
All right, let's move on with the game stats and things like that. All right, what do we got?
So, Christian McCaffrey, in the first play of the whole game, he ran for 72 yards, but wasn't a touchdown. He was really close. And then after that, he was too tired to come back in, so Jordan Mason came in and scored the touchdown. Of course, we were all begging for Mason to get yards or like a touchdown, anything.
Yeah, just get on the field, just to get the ball. So I was happy Jordan Mason was there for sure.
But it seems he finished with no touchdowns.
Hmm.
But he did get 145 rushing yards, so we can't be mad at that.
No, no, no. And he had a high average, right? What was it?
9.1.
9.1 yards per carry. That is an amazing average for an amazing running back. So, oh man, that was a great play in the beginning. We were jumping out of our seats. Oh my god, that was crazy. First play of the game.
And then Debo Samuel, like we said earlier, he took over the game because he had 100 receiving yards and a touchdown, and also a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. We could talk about that Debo pass. That deep pass on the left side over the shoulder with Jamal Adams trailing, right? For that deep pass,
Yeah, it was like 54 yards.
54-yard touchdown
Yeah,
pass. But the air yards are pretty long, right? You had looked it up.
yeah. Next gen stats, 48.8, 48.8 air yards.
Air yards, yeah. So forget. I mean, people were saying, "Oh, Brock Purdy doesn't have a strong enough arm to throw deep." That's almost a 50-yard pass, right on the money in stride. So, oh man, that was the best. Um, what I heard, um, Matt Mayoko on his podcast, he said that actually he was not supposed to be the primary. Debo was not the primary receiver on that play. It was supposed to be a shorter pass to Juwan Jennings, but Brock Purdy saw how Jamal Adams was covering Debo and was flat-footed and decided to go for the deep shot. So Brock Purdy is like so quick to diagnose everything and how defenses are covering people or for him to change his mind in a split second and throw a perfect ball deep as can be in perfect timing. Oh my god. Amazing. Yes. All right. What else we got?
And then Niners got another 100-yard receiver in Brandon Ayuk. He didn't have any touchdowns, but he did fumble. And on that play, on the fumble, he could have ran for like 10 more yards, and it would have added to his stats.
Yeah, he could have had a much better, not much better, but a better stats day for sure. That fumble really messed things up. These things happen, but hopefully they will secure the ball a little bit better. Um, just bounced the wrong way and didn't bounce out of bounds, but it stayed in bounds, and the Seahawks were able to recover. So kind of a bummer. A few bummers in this game, but that's okay. He was okay.
And then George Kittle didn't reach 100 yards, but 76 yards and touchdowns. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. Um, he, yeah, Kiddo does what he does, a little bit of yak and gets that touchdown.
And then he passed 6,000 yards receiving in his career.
Pretty impressive.
I don't know where Travis Kelsey's at, but when Travis Kelsey retires, we can catch up.
You want him to hold the record, huh? That's something.
Yep. And then Brock Purdy is no longer the favorite for MVP. It's
Okay.
Dak Prescott.
Uh, yeah, that's what I heard. He was for a little bit. Brock Purdy was for the favorite, but then after Dak played that evening, his odds went up too. So it's pretty much neck and neck, depending on who has a better game. So if Purdy can be just more consistent and have, which he has been, just keep doing what he's doing basically. And if Dak slips, hopefully it'll be a no-brainer, and Brock Purdy can get those MVP votes. I would love for him to get his flowers for that and show the world, Purdy's greatness. Basically, that's what I'm hoping for.
And for DraftKings Sportsbook, is plus 150 for Dak Prescott and plus 185 for Brock Purdy.
That is pretty close. Like I said, yeah. one bad game can flip it anytime. So 4 more games to go. Dak is doing pretty well this season. Of course, he's up. He's the favorite for MVP. So, but we've seen Dak in the postseason. So, when things get tight and the competition's elevated, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Dak tumbles a little bit before the end of this regular season.
And even though Niners destroyed the Cowboys 42-10, I don't want to face them in the playoffs.
There are a lot of great teams. The Eagles are taking a skid right now, right? They lost 2 in a row. If they lose against who are they playing next? It's not the Seahawks, is it? Or is that the Cowboys one
I think
playing?
it might be the Seahawks. Let me check. So the Eagles are going to be facing, yeah, the Seahawks on
Okay.
Monday Night Football.
All right, yep. So okay, I'm not gonna root for the Seahawks, but I'm gonna root against the Eagles. How's that? So, so
Yes.
I mean, Seahawks took the Cowboys down to the wire. If they can play their best game, and if the Eagles are just all discombobulated and really shooken from all these losses, they're really questioning how good of a team they really are because they've barely beat all these teams. Their record is it's kind of like the Vikings last year when they won a bunch of games by little margins, not by a dominating fashion, and they're not real. Maybe the Eagles start questioning themselves, and hopefully they'll take a more of a tumble. So yeah.
And then for let's look at PFF grades. So John Feliciano got 91.4 on 54 snaps. That's pretty good compared to Spencer Burford.
Well, that's really good because Feliciano he hasn't really been doing fantastically, so it's kind of surprising. He's what tops in the offensive side for PFF grades.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who else we got in the PFFs?
Brandon, you got exactly a 90, but if he didn't fumble, he probably could be in Feliciano.
Yeah, yeah. All right, that's good.
And then George Kittle got an 83.5. Debo also got 83.5. And McKivitz got 81.3.
A lot of love for the offensive line here, I guess, huh? That's great because our right side has been our weakness usually, and now the right guard and our right tackle were one of the highest PFF graded players for us. That is a great upswing for us going down to the wire here at the end of the regular season. So great news. Great news.
And then Jair Brown had his best game yet according to PFF
Uh huh.
because he had an 88.3 PFF grade.
Well, yeah. I've listened to another podcast, John Chapman, Niners Rush. He said that Jair Brown had a terrible game the game before last against the Eagles. He had some busted coverages that luckily Jalen Hurts did not see. So John Chapman said he had one of the worst games in his short NFL career. But this game, he turned it around. That was a one-off against the Eagles. It seems Jair Brown seems to be a ball hawk. He had one interception, right?
Yeah, against the Commanders. No, sorry, Buccaneers.
But he had one this time too, right?
Yeah.
And he could have had two if Fred Warner didn't jump in front and
Yeah.
steal the
He was
interception.
about to catch the ball, but then he saw Fred Warner and he's like, no, I don't want it.
I think Jair Brown. I think he was quoted as saying, "Hey, next time don't steal my interceptions." Basically, to Fred Warner. So that is fantastic. That rookie uh, taking over for Hufanga. We are so lucky to have him, and he's playing lights out right now. He's looking great for a rookie who hasn't even started, more than 5 games. He's playing great. A great addition to it. So who else is on the defensive side?
Chase Young, he got pass flexing, and that's all we saw on the stat sheet. So he Really didn't lead the stat team, but I guess pressures wise,
Uh huh.
he had a lot.
All right. Yeah, he's helping out. He might not have the flashy stats, but he must be doing something right.
And then Kevin Givens 84.1, and then Nick Bosa 82.4. He usually gets 90, but that's fine. And then DeAndre Lenore, he would have got an interception if Nick Bosa didn't jump off sides.
Yeah, yeah. There was a he came off sides, and then the whole play was negated. Uh, so then the interception didn't count that Lenore got. So yeah, Lenore's been playing fantastic, also. So uh, okay, now play of the game. I would have to say that Debo one was awesome, but to me, that one that nobody's talking about, Wisnowski's fake punt that wasn't supposed to be a fake punt. What do you think,
Yeah,
JT?
apparently he ran over 20 miles an hour.
That's what we saw on this little headline thing. So I don't know exactly if that's true, but he did look fast. I said that he looked really fast, right? He
Yeah.
he looked really speedy, man. Oh my god. When we found out afterwards that Kyle Shanahan said that he did not call a fake punt, and the special teams coach did not call a fake punt. It was Wisnowski, our punter, who just saw that there was an opening and decided to take it. Not too sure how that went, but um, he was fast and he got that first down, but it didn't count, right?
Yeah, Ronnie Bell. He slipped and then it was like a blocking penalty.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
a specific one, but yeah.
Maybe you went too low or something. Uh, yeah, that's too bad. You already got the first down. Ronnie Bell should have just let him not try too hard and cause a foul. But we already had the first down with Wisnowski running. But I hope that that play that they'll give Wisnowski a little bit leeway to make that call sometimes. If he sees the right lineup, that he can run for it. So I think to me that was the most exciting play because we
Yeah.
never see it. Shanahan has never called one fake punt as the 49er coach. Never. It's not his way. But now that there's tape on it, maybe people will be a little bit more afraid of us possibly doing it. But Shanahan is the way he is, and maybe he's a little conservative in that way. Hopefully, I mean, with Wisnowski and how fast he runs, man, I would like to have that as an option. That could just turn the game around.
Okay, next let's talk about the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl votes came in.
Uh huh. Okay.
So the 49ers lead all clubs in total votes received, and that's 10 players,
10 players. Okay.
and two of which rank top 5 in votes. So one is Tua, and then second is Christian McCaffrey, 100,000 and 8. And remember you told me that you vote for him like 20 times? If you vote for him 20 times, he wouldn't have reached 100,000.
Hey, that's a good way of putting it. I made a difference. Hey, thanks for bringing that up. Oh yeah, that's cool. I did that for Brock Purdy too. I did a ton for Brock Purdy. So
And then C.J. Stroud got 96,274 votes. And then Tyreek Hill, 87,355 votes. And then Brock Purdy, who you voted for a lot as well, like you
uh-huh.
said, got 84,613.
Yeah,
He would
man.
have gotten 800, 84,600 if you vote for him that many times.
There you go. I made it. My vote counts. Rock the vote, everybody. I don't know if they're still taking votes right now, but that's great. I'm so happy. CMC had his flowers. You know what he is about. But that's that's amazing. CMC is so high for voting. That is slightly surprising. Uh, but not that he's got it, but that he's that high. Um, I was just assuming that a lot of people were just like would vote for quarterbacks more. That's all. But I did read up on an article that McCaffrey is is close to breaking a certain record. Um, so as long as McCaffrey maintains his pace, he should have no problem becoming the fourth wire to wire rushing leader since at least 1970. He'll be joining the likes of Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, and O.J. Simpson, who did it twice. Wire to wire. That means he's the leading rusher from in week one, and never falls behind, and is always the leader throughout the whole season to the end of the regular season. So only three other running backs has ever done that, and those are all Hall of Famers. So if he's leading by a lot, like a couple hundred yards. Second most is Raheem Mostert, and he hasn't even broken 1,000 yet. So I think McCaffrey is going to be the rushing leader, and that's great for his resume for the Hall of Fame.
Wait, so did you see who got the Pro Bowl votes?
No, not really. I just saw a bunch of Niners. I mean, we are a stacked team, and we got some players.
So, you know that Brock Purdy and CMC made it? And guess the other players that made it.
For the Niners, huh? What do you say? Brock Purdy, CMC.
Yeah, there's 10,
Trent Williams,
of course.
Debo.
No.
No.
Because they only include one NFC receiver, so we don't see the entire NFC.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll go defense, I guess. Um, let's go Nick Bosa,
Yes.
Fred Warner,
Yes.
uh, Hargrave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are voters by position, like leading AFC and NFC.
I would hope Wisnowski would get it.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Now, I did see something about long snapper. Pepper?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I love Pepper.
I love pepper, too. I love spicy stuff. And then, one more?
Two more.
Two more? Oh, use check,
Yes.
which I don't even see anymore, that guy. I mean, I don't see him holding
I
the ball.
forget about him a lot of times.
Yeah, right? It's kind of strange. Kittle. Did I say Kittle?
No.
Okay, Kittle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Got them all.
And then guess who's leading in votes for the AFC running back?
Running back? Oh, jeez. You put me on the spot here. Mostert.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I know he's the
Former Niner.
second leading rusher, and he's in the AFC, but I would not have guessed. That's cool. I like him too.
Is there anyone who you think should be a vote leader for NFC? That's like on the Niners?
That's on the Niners?
Yeah.
That isn't?
Yeah.
Well, looking at it now, Debo.
Well, I think CeeDee Lamb's having a better season though, so.
Okay. I don't know. Can you think of one?
I would say Odom, but he unfortunately got injured.
Oh, like as a special teamer or as a linebacker.
Yeah, like,
Oh, yeah?
Drake Greenlaw. Even though that's already Fred Warner, but he should be second.
Okay, yeah. Javarius Ward,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, I think that would be the other person that should deserve a Pro Bowl nod. I wonder where he's at with the voting at all. If you got any love.
Yeah, the leader's Deron Bland.
Oh,
He's
well,
a
no, it's because
fraud.
of all the pick sixes, but yeah. Hey, did you hear Jason Verrett signed? Right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
since the last time we've spoken on the podcast. Jason Verrett signed he's on the practice squad, and he was there at the game, the last game against Seahawks, and some people thought, oh, he signed because Javarius Ward got injured, but from what I heard and read, he had already decided to sign with the Niners even before the game, so he was already there, and so we got some more depth. This is a great thing to have. So I think we're on the right track here. We got the backups, we got the depth, we got the Pro Bowlers, we got the quarterback. So
Yeah, this has to be our year. Like the, I feel like this is like our last chance because everyone's like in their prime right now. Like our best players are like in their prime, so we don't waste them.
oh yeah, they are in their prime, but they got a few more years. CMC's got
Like
years
Hargrave,
left.
Armstead, especially. Like I don't know how long it'll be this good. And I feel like this is like his best season. 'Cause, like after the
Yeah,
bye week, he's the best defensive lineman.
we can still do this. We can still do that. Nick Bosa's young. Fred Warner's young-ish. Jair Brown. We got some young people coming up, and we got first round picks and second round picks and stuff coming up in the draft, and we still got a cheap quarterback, the cheapest starting quarterback probably for the record we have. I don't know. Maybe he's not the cheapest now because there's tons of injuries, and Tommy DeVito might make less than
Yeah,
and
is
Brock
he
Purdy. I don't
undrafted?
know. I don't know. So yeah, I think we should have some more years, and they're building the team so well and
And,
so much
and
depth.
like Chase Young as well. He might leave in free agency.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's okay. We'll have to find somebody else, or
Yeah,
maybe
like a
he'll
draft defensive lineman. Like yeah,
like every year, right? First pick, almost, except for Jair Brown was,
our first pick.
yeah, yeah. That was a switch.
Well, that wraps it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.